Peace, 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 love, harmony, and light. This is Chief Kalanago with another video. As you know, it's a beautiful day to be alive and well. It's a beautiful day to be a man. Hope everybody is doing well. I want to say peace and love to all the haters. Go ahead and hit the dislike button because you know you can't help yourself. It's just in your nature. So go ahead, entertain yourself. But anyway, about to drop a little knowledge on y'all, and I hope you guys use the information to your advantage. Okay, a lot of people perish for the lack of knowledge, and that seems to be rampant, you know, throughout our communities, our neighborhoods, amongst our people. Now we're going to talk today about voluntary. All right, the word in itself is self-explanatory, but it's doing something, okay, of your own free will. You see, what a lot of us don't realize is that we have free will. Okay, we were created in the likeness and image of the Creator, and the Creator gave us free will. Now, whether you subscribe to a creator that's a man, a woman, a thing, an energy, I don't care what name you call it. The point is, we were all created in the likeness and image of that being or that thing or that energy, whatever you want to call it. So let's not make that an issue. However, we all have free will. And people don't realize there is order in the universe. There is order in the world. We cannot have a world that's imbalanced. Okay? We live in a world of duality. You have good, you have bad, you have up, you have down, you have left, you have right, you have wrong. The truth of the matter is, you have love, you have hate. So with that being said, it's a choice that you have. So every day you wake up, you have a choice to make. Just like in a system, people don't realize that the government, everybody always say, well, they, that's what they say. My question is, who's they? They. Everybody keep talking about they. And you have to really, truly understand that the government is the people. No government can exist without the people. You see, when the Creator created us, the Creator gave man and woman dominion over everything on this planet. So therefore, every creation of man has dominion over that creation. So if man and woman created governments without man and woman, without the people, there could never be governments. So therefore, the government is the creation of the man and the woman. So why, if the government is the creation, that means that the man and the woman is the master of the creation, right or wrong? So why does it seem that the government is your master when they actually work for you? That's why they're called public servants. Public servants. Two key words. Public. Who's the public? We, the people, are the public. Man and woman. The servants are those who work for us. So therefore, we are the masters and they are the slaves, in lack of a better term. So that's what it means. However, people tend to live their life in fear because of lack of knowledge, and people perish for that reason. Once again, everything is voluntary. Nobody is forcing you to do anything. You think they are, but they are not. It's disguised as if they are ordering you to do things, but no. Of course, there's a little bit of coercion, a little bit of, you know, slight threat, duress. Yes. However, nobody's forcing you to do anything. If anybody forces you to do anything, then they will and should be held liable for damages. That's just the bottom line. But you see, a lot of people don't know that. So they always say, well, that's what they say, and they get scared. Now, let us look at the reason why things are voluntary. Well, apart from you having free will, let us look at the 13th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. It says, neither or neither slavery nor involuntary servitude. You hear that? Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for a crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction. Now, everything is in plain sight. It's broad. Those who have eyes, let them see, and those who have ears, let them hear. Okay? No form of slavery, any form of slavery, nor involuntary servitude shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction. Okay, so therefore, what does that mean? It means that they cannot force you, they cannot let you do anything against your own free will. If they do, then that's involuntary. That is called slavery. So you see, they cannot impose things on you. They can't. They're not supposed to. And it says, except as a punishment for a crime. Now, that's the key word here again, is crime. What is a crime? When you get a speeding ticket, is that a crime? When you walk down the block and you probably, take a leak on the corner, is that a crime? If you get caught with a bottle drinking in the streets, which I don't condone, is that a crime? Are those crimes? Those are not crimes. Okay, those are basically statutes and codes that was implemented, okay, and it's being imposed and forced on the people. Those are not crimes. Okay, the only time a crime is committed, you see, that's the key word, crime. The only time a crime is committed, okay, is when you have harmed another man or another woman, or damage somebody's property. That is the only time a crime is committed within law. Everything else deals with a legal system which is not law, and therefore people perish for the lack of knowledge. So therefore they cannot force you to do anything. Slavery is not allowed. However, around that time, when the 13th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution was established, the so-called black people weren't considered humans, or they were still considered slaves, so to speak. So they were fighting for equal rights as well as the so-called white people or the so-called free people. So what they did was they introduced the 14th Amendment, which literally made everybody a slave or a voluntary form of servitude. So the 13th Amendment said, nah, you know what? It's not going to exist. We can't have it. No slavery, no involuntary servitude. Here comes the 14th Amendment. Well, you know what? This may not work for the business. So we have to do something different. So let us create citizens. Okay? Let us create citizens. So what the 14th Amendment did was, it says, all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States. Now, two key words. It says, all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject. So you see, you have to be born and subject to be a citizen, to be in their jurisdiction. Now, you could be born, it doesn't mean that you're a citizen, but when you tell yourself that you are subject, then that makes you a citizen and puts you in their jurisdiction. So you see, it's a matter of you really taking your time and understanding what these things say. What does it mean? What does it mean? All right. So I tell people everything is voluntary. I was walking to the library earlier today, and that's what I do. I study 18 hours a day, sometimes if not more. And right before I step into the library, there were two ladies, so-called, black ladies, standing in front of the library, and they said, well, hey, good morning. I said, well, grand rising. They said, well, would you like to register to vote? I said, no, I don't vote. They say, why not? I say, well, because I am not in the habit of putting people in any position that's going to abuse my rights, my creator given rights. I'm not going to do that. All right. So she was like, okay, I understand that. She was like, well, how about taxes? Would you like to register so we could do your taxes? I said, nah, I'm okay, thank you, because I do not wish to volunteer into the tax system. It's voluntary, and I do not wish to be a part of that. I do not wish to volunteer my wages to the IRS. And she was like, well, they say, and when they if you don't pay, they put you in jail. You see, and that's the problem. When people are not knowledgeable in any subject, then fear kicks in. Fear will always kick in. And when you are afraid, you become a subject. And that's the problem. You see, too many of our people spend too much time watching television, too much time gossiping, too much time hating on each other, too much time watching TV, on phone, on social medias. Nobody, well, I can't say nobody, but not enough people are taking the time to learn. Okay, instead of having your children in front of televisions all day, instead of playing video games all day, why don't you take the time and teach them that? If you don't know, find somebody who could teach them. Because I realize that we are one of the very few people, if not the only ethnic group, that take our children to get taught by the people who don't want to see us succeed. Now, maybe I'm naive. I don't watch TV, so maybe you guys could help me out here, and maybe you have seen it. But I have never seen a rabbit take its children, whether you want to call them children or whatever, young rabbits. I have never seen a rabbit take its young rabbits to a lion so the lion could teach it. I have never seen that. Never. I have never seen a chicken take its chicks and bring it to a dog so that the dog could teach it. I have never seen mice take its children and bring it to a cat so that a cat could teach it. You know why? Because they will get eaten. So why do our people constantly take our children and put them in the schools, okay, of people who don't have your best interests at heart? What do you think is going to happen? But of course, y'all don't see a problem with that. And if you do see a problem with that, you don't want to do anything about it, because you know what? You choose to volunteer your children to a system so that they could abuse them and they end up in jail. So you see, everything is voluntary. I choose not to pay taxes because it's voluntary. Nobody could force me to pay taxes. You see, but people, again, people don't do the research. People don't study long and hard enough and with the true understanding of what they're studying. So I'm here to tell you today that everything is voluntary. Everything is voluntary. Every single thing. From the time you wake up from your bed, that's decisions that you're making. First thing first, an involuntary movement would be you jumping out the bed, blinking your eye, opening up your eyes. But from the time you become aware, or you become what's called conscious, then you start making decisions. Should I go to work? Should I stay home? Should I take a shower? Should I not? Should I work out? Should I not? Should I smoke? Should I not? Should I eat breakfast? Should I not? Everything is voluntary. So you have to stand up and have some backbone and stop allowing the people that we put in place to protect and secure our rights abuse us, because they work for us. They are the public servants and we are the public. I'm talking about judges, politicians. I'm talking about, police officers, the sheriffs, the senators, the state members, any one of them. They are our servants. They were put in place to serve us, and it's not the other way around. But when are you going to wake up and have some backbone and hold these people responsible for the abuse that they are imposing on the people? When? No state shall take any right and convert it into a privilege and charge for it. That is the supreme law of the land. But you are being abused every single day. You got to walk in a straight line. Your children can't ride their bikes. You can't do nothing in your home because they want to come kick down your door. When you don't even know all that stuff is unlawful. But you see, when you have the knowledge, you have to learn how to apply the knowledge. That is the key. It's one thing to know it. Like, I could know how to swim in my head because I've seen videos. Oh, you know what, man? I know how to swim because I've seen videos. I've been practicing in my head over and over again. But until I jump in that water, I would never know if I could swim or not. I could know how to play basketball in my mind and think I'm Michael Jordan. But when I go on that court, it's a whole different story. A whole different story. So you see, a lot of our people end up going to these courts to play a game that they don't know how to play. And everybody want to go on YouTube and listen to everybody talking this and talking that and think they're experts. It seems like everybody's looking to be a celebrity because they can't make it to the reality shows. I hear people talking about getting their status in order and doing all this and all these different forms that they have to fill out. Man, listen, me, I don't get involved in that. I don't go around filling out any of these people's forms. Like, I don't do that because that's not mine. It doesn't belong to me. I didn't create it. But however, my stuff is in order. You know what I mean? So people, it's time to wake up, man. See things for what they are. Not what you think they are, not what you are told they are, but exactly what they are. Read with understanding, understanding, and overstanding. Only you are responsible. How long are you going to continue to have our children, living a life of voluntary servitude? Because you see, it's voluntary, then it doesn't seem like they're breaking the law because you are volunteering yourself. You are. Look around your community. Look around your neighborhoods. Nothing is owned by you, but yet still, we are the ones that continuously continue to fight against each other. We are the ones that's continuously hurting each other, trying to bring down each other, always envious of each other, jealousy. And you wonder why things aren't happening for us. Don't think the Most High is asleep. The Most High is not asleep. Our ancestors are not asleep. But you don't deserve what they have for you because every time you turn around, you want to smite your face. You want to smite your brother. You want to smite your sister. You wish your brother, your sister ill will. You hate them for no reason. You have animosity towards them. No, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So, brothers and sisters, it's time to wake up, man. It's time to more than just wake up. Everybody keeps saying wake up, but yes, sometimes I wake and I'm still in the bed. Now, wake up and move. Do something. Move a leg, move an arm. Get out of bed. So all I'm just saying is stop volunteering yourself into slavery. Because it says right there in the 13th Amendment, slavery nor involuntary servitude shall exist in the United States. So because that was a law, it was working for a while. When they realized, man, that wasn't working for us, so they brought in the 14th Amendment and made everybody voluntary slaves. But it's voluntary. They say, hey, listen, if you want to be a U.S. citizen, or if you want privileges, you have to be a U.S. citizen. You have to be naturalized and be subjected. And a lot of people say, okay, well, you know what? Great. I will be a subject for the privileges. Now, why would you rather take privileges over rights? That's something I really don't seem to understand. I already have creator-given rights. I came here with my unalienable rights. Why would I give that up for privileges to be a subject? Why would I want to do that? What benefit is it to me? How is it making me better? Why would I want to do something voluntarily that's going to cause me harm? Why? Sometimes you just have to think. Common sense. That's why I tell people, I don't care what type of degree you got, what type of college you went to. Well, I went to this university and I have this master's and the BA. All to me, that BA is just BS. Because it seems to me the more people are educated or book smart, the less common sense they have. And I'm not knocking people with their degrees, don't get me wrong. But what they are teaching you in those schools are not preparing you for real life. It's not preparing you for real life. As a matter of fact, it's doing you more harm than good. Because it doesn't matter how much money that you get in the equivalent to your degree, you are still a slave. You are still a slave. And all of the people you think that you look up to, that got your back, they wouldn't tell you that. You idolize celebrities, do they tell you the truth? You vote for these politicians, do they tell you the truth? Huh? You see, my question to you is this. If, child care services decide that for whatever reason they want to come into your home and take your children, how can you stop them? When you get a so-called ticket, a violation, how are you going to make sure that you don't pay for that? When you decide, you know what, I don't want to pay taxes, and the IRS come after you, how do you handle that situation? How do you handle that? Those are the questions that I'm asking. So we as a people, we have to realize that we got to stop volunteering ourselves. At what point are we going to say, man, haven't we had enough? Let us get together. But I realize that this getting together thing is an illusion, because not everybody came here to get together. Some people came here to break things up. Some people came here to be disagreeable. Some people came here to make sure that we don't get together. So not everybody's going to sing together and sing the Kumbaya song. I'm not looking for that. I'm just looking for the few, the 144,000, just the few who are ready to make these moves and stand firm as the children of the Most High. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. So with that being said, our website of our nation is below the link of this video. And speaking of our nation, we are doing great. I mean, we couldn't have been we couldn't have been closer than ever. Our nation people, we love each other. And for anyone who was a member of the nation and now you have been expelled out of the nation, or you decide to leave and you have our nation's ID, just know that if you use that, you could get arrested, because law enforcement have been notified that you are no longer a member of our nation and that you're not supposed to be using our ID. So please, this is a public announcement so that you know, do not use our nation's ID. If you are not a member of our nation, you will be arrested. Okay, so you have been warned. So with that being said, I will leave my email in the link below. And anybody, like I said, I only want to deal with righteous people. Anybody who's, again, you know how I do, who want to build, who want to get their affairs in order. You see, my duty is to assist my fellow man and woman. That's my duty. Okay, I choose that to be my duty. That's my purpose. So anybody who's, again, righteous and ready to get the affairs in order, my email is in the link below. Okay, and if you require my services, then that's available. Again, it's a service. Don't ask me to do anything for you for free. I'm not gonna let nobody use me. I had enough of that. I've learned the hard way. Okay, so if you want to get your affairs in order, send me an email. Let's talk and let's make this thing happen, because it's not gonna take a lot of us to make this happen. It's not. It's not going to take a lot of us, just the remnant, just a few. Okay? Again, look around you. Look around your communities. You're being kicked out. Gentrification is real. They're coming and they're taking everything you have, everything, because you don't know what you got. You don't know who you are. Every little corner is being utilized to bring in foreigners into your own space and disrespecting you in your own home. All that happened because you lack the knowledge. So for those who are ready to stand up, for those who are ready to make these moves, for those who are ready to get their affairs in order, protect themselves and protect their children, the link for my email is below. Peace, love, and so once again, like I said, the link for the email is below. The GoFundMe link is below. Let's make this happen, man. Those who are ready to build in truth and light, hit me up. All right? They can't stop this. No evil or darkness shall prosper against the light. Peace. Talk to y'all soon.